Hello everyone, welcome. This is now Resident Evil 2. Before we start, I'd like to give a big thank you for Diamond Dog Faith to actually done this guide. He done at least, I would say, 90% of the guide. He done all the editing himself, he done all the recordings. All I've done is pretty much, I just done a cleanup through the video. So finding the raccoons for Leon A playthrough, finding the extra film roll, and I think it's a puzzle solution I've actually recorded as well, but most of the work has been done by Diamond Dog Faith. So yes, so here we go. Resident Evil 2. For those who are actually wondering, this is kind of going to be a story progression, so we go where the game is intended to go, but along the path we will find all the other stuff along the way. It may look a bit funky, but it will make sense along the way. So the first note is clearly once you interact with the guy behind the shutter and try and help him, you will gain this by story progression. So as you go into the main hall and talk to Marvin, go up to the second floor and enter the lion statue puzzle. So this will be the first run of Leon, and I do believe Claire is different. Like I said, Claire will be on a different video. Now once we go into the operations room, this is like a classroom, or well, it looks like a classroom at first glance. But in here we'll find a record of events. This will be a note. And then the police station first floor map. We don't collect all of the police station maps or any maps, but don't worry, it will be included in the guide if it's required for the achievement. But from my knowledge, it does not. So once we enter the safety deposit room, type in the number 106. This will trigger a short cutscene telling you that the door's open. Once you go down the right side, you will see the door that is green. Open it to find your first of 4 of this playthrough, the film rolls. Now in the same room, on the desk just before we left the door, as my friend forgot about this one, he had to go back inside and grab the memo for the storage locker terminal. Once we've done that, directly go into the west office. Once you enter, you will find quite a few things here. There'll be a note, the rookie first assignment, Leon's desk combination. So the right key is the MRG, if I'm not mistaken. And then the left combination will be the NED. And this will be a weapon attachment, I do believe. And then on the side of the table, you will find the next note. Then once you go inside to the left, enter the combination. You have to go left, then right, then left, or you can go right, left, then right. If that makes any sense. So physically, you can't go left to the right number, then left again, then left. You have to go left, left, or right, left, right. Don't mind me, this is actually my recording. Like a dum-dum, later on I screw myself with Claire. But for this Mr. Raccoon, you can actually do this with Leon or Claire. So your first official raccoon is located in the west office. Once you have left the area and go towards the dark room, before heading up the stairs, just turn right. This will be a save room as well. So with the first photo you got, goes to the back room and use it on the table. And then there will be a parcel, not a parcel, there'll be a note on the side here that says medical benefits of herbs. Once we've gone to the second floor, into the men's locker room. To the right hand side, there will be a puzzle piece here. There will be a portable safe instructions and a portable safe. And then on one of the lockers inside the men's shower room, just type in the word CAP, C-A-P. And then that was it. That's all we get. So this combination may be random. I can't really verify it, because for some reason I had the mod on that I didn't have to do this puzzle. This literally is on the side there. So once you head to the 3rd floor, after realizing the 2nd floor you cannot go anywhere because you need a valve, before entering the broken wall into the next area, you'll find a locker. Type in DCM, open it to claim your reward. The 3rd floor corridor, this has no name. So shortly after going into the broken wall, before going into the door to the left, just go towards the dead end. On the green coloured boxes or the tape, you will find to any survivors. So the next thing will be a hip pouch and some guy. So this is another note, of course. So once you enter the next doorway, before going to the door to the left, you will find a hip pouch, and then you'll find another note. Once you have left the next door, you will be directly inside the library. Once you head down to the 1st floor of the library, go into the doorway. This will be like a side room. This has no name. This door connects, well, this other door connects to the STAR's office area. And also type in the combination of the next statue. As you left the library, you have to speak to Marvin once again. Once you've spoken to him, you will finally have a key. I think you find a key anyway. But then you have to go back to the 2nd floor and go to the waiting room on the 2nd floor. Type in the combination 6 to 11. Like I said, on the first safe, you have to go left to right or right to left. And then grab the guide pamphlet. I think my friend kind of messed up here. So basically, once you leave once you go through the next door and go left and go into the art room. So basically just look on your map. It's literally the next room. So you can't really miss this room. You have to be in here. And make sure you pick up the redstone memo or note on the side there before carrying on with your story. So now the next path on your story, you will have to go into the STAR's office to pick up the internal memo. And of course do your other stuff. Also in the STAR's office there will be a Mr. Raccoon. This can be gained by Claire or Leon. In the corner here you will find it. Eventually we have to go back to the west storage room after we have gained the explosives and done all your other stuff. This is the last piece that we need to do to carry on. So once we've done all the other stuff, so we're now finally into the sewers now. Eventually after your battle, you will find another hip pouch. This will be number 3. And then once we go into the holding cells, so now we're in the parking lot area. Part of your story, you have to come this way. After the cutscene, you will find the jail power panel memo. And a key item. And once we head to the morgue, we will find a autopsy record, I should say, number 53477. Once you're done and found your key in the morgue, we now want to head to the firing range. Be careful once you enter the firing range, there are 2 zombies or 3. I think there's 2 zombies max in this area, so kill them. On the side you will find a note. On the side again you will find the key fob located in this tin box. And now just ignore me as Claire, because in the firing range at the back side here you will find there's a Mr. Raccoon and there's a message from Mr. Raccoon. So this a message from Mr. Raccoon. This is pretty much telling you, the game's a way of telling you that to find these raccoons. And now once we got everything else, with the new key we found, we can enter the door to find the film roll. This will be the second one. And this will be the locker room one. It tells you a combination that we've already did, I believe. Now once we left the firing range, we're going back to the parking garage. So we shouldn't have to enter the firing range once again. Once we're in the parking garage, go towards the police car and then interact with the key fob and press the button on it. This will open up the trunk or the boot of the car. And this will be your second upgrade for your mag pistol. Now once we enter the generator room, we have to do the combination. So basically just press the 2 switches on the right and you'll be done. So once we have left the underground place and heading back into the police station for a second time. Once we get here, we want to go into the break room located just up the steps as we're leaving the underground. In the back room here, behind the suitcases located on the floor, or the duffel bag, and just shoot Mr. Raccoon. Mr. Raccoon number 5. So we're going to head towards the chief's office, but as Leon we cannot enter that office. But next to that room you'll find a Mr. Raccoon. You can gain this as Leon or Claire, because Claire will leave the chief's office and Leon will become here. Once you go along with your adventure, you will pick up a clover key eventually. Once you go into the observation room, I cannot say that on mic for the life of me, so fuck it, I'm going to keep going. I can say off the mic, but on the mic, not going to happen. But in the room, you will find a red or a jewelry box. So basically, put the red jewel inside here to find the USB stars badge dongle thing. Once you go back into the stars room, interact with the dongle. Get the dongle to come out and stick it inside the computer. Interact with the computer to open the weapons cabinet. Once you've done that, you will find a Lightning Hawk inside and a letter to stars members. This Magnum will come in handy, the reason why he's showing you now. So now we want to go to the second floor now to go into the linen closet, because since we've got the necessary keys now, we're able to open most of the doors now, or all of the doors in the police station. So find the button, go back into the safety deposit room to gain the hip bag, or the hip pouch I should say, 4 of 6. Okay, for this part, apparently he just decides to sit here on this part of the screen and don't pick it up on video, but he does pick it up off video. So basically just pick up a pouch and then carry on your story. Woo! So the next thing we're going to do is the clock tower room. Once we enter the clock tower, as soon as we enter, go through the magical door. On the magical table you'll find the magical note at the magic roundabout. In the same area you can get this as Leon or Claire. in the back room of the clock tower. Head towards the dead end. Once you go towards the dead end, look left. On the windowsill, you will find your Mr. Raccoon number 6. So most of these I purposely did not shoot, and some of them I did. Don't know why. And now once we've gained all of the necessary stuff, or the fuse boxes or electric parts, we can now go back to the holding cells located in the parking garage area. So once we have done the combination, make sure you go inside the door. And you will pick up Ben's key card, that's part of the story. You will find a Ben's note. I can't remember off the top of my head what else is in there, but there is something else in there. So Ben's memo, keycard, interview transcript, and first aid spray. Doesn't necessarily need to be on the video, but it's actually there anyway. So now we are leaving the police station now. Once you get to the gun shop, Kendo, with Ada Wong. In here we'll find the shotgun attachment located on the shelf. And then we will find the letter to the shopkeeper. This is a Jill Valentine's. This is a new note been added, so. So once you encountered the crocodile, before you head up the ladder to see Ada Wong once again, in the sewer section you will find Mr. Raccoon at 7. This is Leon only. Once we finally play as Ada Wong, do the only thing you can do and go towards the letter next to the save point. Once we're inside the incendiary room, there will be a Mr. Raccoon to the left before heading up the stairs. There he is, the little sneaky bugger. And now we need to go up the stairs, and then you will find the inspection week 2. And of course there's a save point if you want to use it or not. So this one is right next to the switch that we need to pull. Part of the story. But this note is not. You don't have to grab it. So the USS digital video cassette. Once you're back as Leon, you will find quite a few SWAT guys dead. On one of the SWAT guys, before heading to the next section, you will find the video cassette. Now once we head to the control room, you will find a copy of emails to Umbrella HQ. So once you go up the steps, inside the room on the table, you will find the diary or the note. And then right next to you, there'll be another a locker combination. SZF. Once you drop down, we'll be inside the monitor room. In this area here, there will be a sewer map and a sewers company pamphlet. Go into the next section to the left, you will find another note saying unlocking the U area door. Once we have proceeded on, go across the gantry, or whatever you call it. Before entering the door to the left that says exit, go to the right. You will find your locker. This will be 212-8. So the same principle goes to the other safe lockers. This goes to this one as well. In here you will find your very last attachment for the shotgun. Now you can get this before we leave to Ada, or you can get this after. So it's your choice. Just go to the cable car area located in the same room as that safe room was and grab it. So Mr. Raccoon 9, once we enter the supply storage, not enter it, but we're literally right outside the doorway. Before we go in, you will find a Mr. Raccoon located here. So now this is kind of a awkward thing that I've done. For the chemical flamethrower puzzle, I have already got the king plug. So this will be, after you grab the king plug, that's actually part of the story. You have to grab all these plugs. Anyway, so we just need the king and the queen. So I'm not really going to speak through on how to do it. Just watch the video on how I do it, and then you should just pretty much mimic what I did. The next thing we're going to find is a hip pouch 5 and the third roll of film. So once we have gained the new key item, you have to pull this switch to open this gate, and now we're back at a familiar place. So now if you jump up here, use your key item to unlock this door. This will be the workman's lift. And pick up the ammo if you need it. Now go up the lift. In this room here you will find the hip pouch number 5 and the roll, or the third roll of the film. And you need the third roll of film to gain the fourth roll of film. Just an FYI. So with the keys that you grabbed, all the mission keys, in this next room you will find the next note. So before we head to the laboratory, we need to head back to the dark room. So go all the way back to the dark room with the roll of film 2 and 3. So it will be a locker, combination key, and a hiding place. But the hiding place we definitely need to do. We can't gain access to the weapon attachments or the 4th roll of film. So now we're going to go back to the STARS office. You're going to get the wooden box that contains a red dot sight for the Lightning Hawk, and in that same drawer you will find the roll of film 4 called Rising Rookie. But please don't mind me, I don't actually grab it yet until the end. Also, we need to grab the USB dongle key. And I'm just literally showing you I'm going to combine all my stuff to the Lightning Hawk. So like I said, if you go back into the STARS office, you will find the 4th roll of film, and the 5th one you cannot find until Claire's playthrough. Now head back to the dark room. And then use the roll of film to see the photo. And now we're going to go back to the underground stairs with the USB dongle before we head back down into the sewers. Use the USB dongle inside the cabinet to gain the last upgrade for the Lightning Hawk. So now once we head back to the monitor room, we need to solve this chess puzzle piece. I do know that Diamond Dog did mess up on this part. So instead of putting the queen, put the king here and then the queen on the other side. There wasn't no way for me to really edit this out in the correct order. But yeah, I'll just let you know now beforehand. But the rest of what he does is correct. It's just he just mistakenly put the wrong piece into the wrong hole. Giggity goo. Alright. Here comes another power breaker solution. If you guys can't figure it out, it is simply if you press the power switch 1, 2 and 4. So we're now going for the achievement called Gotcha. For this one we have to knock down William Birkin with the crane in one strike. Basically all we got to do is deal enough damage to William Birkin to be able to do this. My friend is playing on hardcore mode, so it's probably not recommended, but you can do it, it is possible. But he has upgraded shotgun and a Lightning Hawk all ready to go. I'm not going to speak throughout this all. Feel free to watch it. If not, then skip ahead to the next part. So we're now in the laboratory section. As soon as we enter, go into the reception desk area. On the computer, you will find a nap room log. And in the next room, you will find the ID wristband note as well. Now we're going to enter the security room. In this room here, there is only a map on this area. It does help though to name the areas and you guys can see them. So Mr. Raccoon number 10. Now we have to go into the cafeteria, but I found this, I forgot to record it actually in the duration of doing it. So once you enter the cafeteria for the very first time for you guys, for me this will be my second go through because I need to record it. But in this room here it will be completely dark, and if you head towards the ladder, before you go up the ladder, you will find the raccoon just to the right on the tables, next to the window. So now this will be the first visit to the nap room. You will find a regulator for the flamethrower. So now we're going to head to the greenhouse control room. Part of the story, to make things easier, if you want to not solve this yourself, simply go to the control panel, type in 3123 and 2067. Just think of this keypad as a number pad and you'll be okay. So the drug testing lab. This one I always find a pain in the bum. So I'm not going to try to explain it because I'm not too sure how to do it properly. So there is a pop-up of a text that will come up in a minute that Diamond does. But in the room here we will find the herbicide. That one. Yep, found it. Yay, did it. So from my knowledge, if I get this right, this is what Diamond Dog Faith has edited out. So what I think he means, you got to press red, then green, and then blue. Do this 3 times. If you repeat this pattern 3 times, this is what you'll get, and you'll get the correct amount of dosage. Easy peasy, once you know how. So this next one is located once you go down the ladder inside the greenhouse. Simply just go right and you'll run straight into the east map, or the lab east area map. So the next one will be the somebody's note, right next to where you pick up your main objective. I can't remember what the key item's called. Well, we need it anyway. You need to grab it. So right next to where you grab the next item, you'll find it. So we have to change the morph frequency. These ones are pretty damn easy, I think. But it seems like Diamond does struggle for a little bit, and then he gets it. So now we're going to go to the low temp testing lab. Once we have done the electricity or the power on, we can now access this room and the computer. So once we finish everything else, so we got Mr. X on our ass, and in this presentation room, make sure you go to the computer to find the next note. So on our way back to the north area, I could have put this beforehand, but it doesn't matter, we had to come back anyway. So once you head towards the north area, go over the bridge and you will find a dead SWAT guy to the left. Now we're inside the nap room. For this one, basically just go to the nap room located in the laboratory. With our new key item tool, do the right frequency to unlock the bedroom or turn the power on. Once you open it, you will find your very last pouch, gaining you the achievement. And then you will find your very last raccoon for Leon's playthrough, and then the rest should be on Claire. Then in the middle bed, you will find Wayne Lee's, I should say, note. Now we're going to go to the west area to find the VH tape 2. So this will be the lab digital video cassette. And the final OSS frequency, to be honest, these you don't... no, yeah, you do. Never mind. I was going to say something, but no, I won't say that because you're going to need to do them. So once you're in the biotesting lab, use your frequency once again to turn the power on. Once you turn the power on, in the same exact room, you'll find a computer. Activate that computer to find William Burkhart's inbox. And now the final diary and the final thing for this game, or this playthrough of Leon A, until we go to Claire B, is the research diary. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you Diamond Dog Fave for making the guide.